Today's topic is wave optics. So in this, two waves of equal amplitude and wavelength but differing in phase are superimposed with each other. The amplitude of the resultant wave is maximum when the phase difference is. Resultant amplitude is given by root over a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi, where phi is the phase difference between the two waves are having amplitude a1 and a2. Here the amplitudes are equal, so this is a is equal, let us say this is a square, this is also a square, 2a cos phi. So a will become root over 2a square into 1 plus cos phi. If it is maximum, 2 and a square always maximum, and this value should be maximum, so 1 plus cos phi should be maximum. So what is the maximum value of cos theta? We know that cos 0 is equal to 1, cos 180 is minus 1. So maximum value in cos is if theta is 0. So here this value 1 plus cos phi should be equal to, that means this value is maximum. It should be maximum. So for this to be maximum, either it should become 1 or minus 1. But minus is not required here, because if you write minus 1, the net acceleration will become 0. So this will become cos phi is 1. Cos phi is 1, so phi should be 0, so option 1 is correct. Second one, two coherent monochromate light beams of intensities I and 4I are superposed. The maximum and minimum possible intensities in the resulting beam is, if two beams are superimposed with each other, the resultant amplitude is given by A is equal to root over a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. Squaring on both sides you will get a square is equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi. So we know that intensity is equal to energy per unit time per unit area. So what is the energy of a wave? Half m omega square a square by T into A. But mass can be written as density into volume. So this will be half into density into volume means area into length into omega square a square by TA. A get cancelled. So this can be written as half rho L by T will become velocity. So half rho V. Omega is 2 pi f. Squaring on both sides 4 pi square f square a square. 2 get cancelled. This will become 2 pi square f square a square rho V. So intensity of a wave is given by two constant, pi constant, frequency constant, density constant, velocity constant, only depends on amplitude. So this A square can be written as something I, this is I1, this is I2, 2 root I1 root I2 cos phi. If intensity is maximum, it should become 1. Cos phi should become 1, means phi should be 0. So this will become I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1, which can be written as root I1 plus root I2 whole square. So similarly, minimum value will be root I1 minus root I2 whole square. They are asking the maximum and minimum possible intensities. The maximum possible intensity in this problem is I and 4I will become root I plus root 4I whole square, which you can write root I plus 2 root I, that is total 3 root I whole square, that is 9I. Similarly, this will be I minus root 4I, that is I minus 2 root I, which will be minus I whole square, which is equal to I. So the intensities are 9I and I. Option 3 is correct. Third one, in an interference pattern produced by two identical slits, the intensity at the site of the central maximum is found to be I. The intensity at the same spot when either of the two slits is closed is I naught. So we must have what is the relation between I and I naught. So in interference pattern, this is slit 1, this is slit 2, and this is the central maximum point. Now here the intensity is found to be I when waves from this one and this one are coinciding, that means combined together, coincides with each other. So what is the intensity when one of them is closed? If one of the slit is closed here, then the intensity at the same point is found to be I naught. We know that this is the resultant of two intensities, but this is the resultant of only one. That means intensity of one slit. So we know that this is obtained by I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 cos phi. When these two are coinciding with each other, superimposing with each other this point, the phase difference must be equal to 0. So we can write I is equal to I plus I2 plus 2 root I1 I2 cos 0. So this is cos 0. We know that cos 0 is equal to 1. So the intensity here is given by I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1 root I2. If one of the intensity, if one of the slit is closed, then only that intensity will it will produce the fringe here. So this is the intensity of one of the slit. So I can be written as I naught plus 2 root I naught. So which can be written as 2 I naught. This will be 2 I naught, which is equal to 4 I naught. So what is the intensity of this I? This is 4 times I naught. So where is the option? Option 3 is correct. Fourth one, in a certain double slit experimental arrangement, interference fringes of width 1 mm each are observed when light of wavelength 5000 is used. Keeping the setup unaltered, if the source is replaced by another of wavelength 6000, the fringe width will be. The fringe width in Young's double slit experiment is given by capital D lambda by small d. So beta directly proportional to lambda and capital D small d are unaltered. They are not changed. So what we can write? Beta directly proportional to lambda. So beta 1 by beta 2 is equal to lambda 1 by lambda 2. In the first one, this is a width of 1 millimeter by beta 2 is equal. This is initially the wavelength is 5000 angstroms. After that it was 6000 angstroms. So beta 2 is equal to 6 by 5, that is 1.2 millimeter. So option 3 is correct. Fifth one. In Young's double slit experiment, the fringe width is found to be 0.4 mm. If the whole apparatus is immersed in water of refractive index 4 by 3 without disturbing the geometrical arrangement, means capital D small d are not changing, then what is the new fringe width? The fringe width is directly proportional to lambda without disturbing capital D small d. In air, the fringe width is lambda air into something, that is capital D by small d into lambda air. In water, the fringe width will become capital D small d into lambda water. So these two get cancelled. Beta in air is found to be 0.4 millimeter. You keep it in millimeter only because options are given in millimeter only. By beta water is given by lambda air by lambda water. Whenever it is immersed in water, the total arrangement, the wavelength decreases by 4 by 3 times. So lambda by 4 by 3. So this will become 4 by 3. This 4 will go up. Now you can see this 4.43.3. So beta in water will become 0.3 millimeters. Option 1 is correct. The central fringe of the interference pattern produced by light of wavelength 6000 is found to shift to the position of the fourth bright fringe after a glass plate of refractive index 1.5 is introduced. The thickness of the glass plate is dash. So here this is S1, S2, and let us say this is the central maximum. Now if a glass plate is placed here, the entire pattern was shifted by to fourth bright fringe here. This is the central bright fringe. This is fourth bright fringe. Now, so what is the thickness of the glass plate that is arranged here? Whenever a glass plate of thickness T and refractive index N is placed, the path difference obtained is given by N minus 1 into T. So here this is the shift in the position. This is the shift in the position of interference pattern due to this path difference. So how to find path difference? The path difference is given by change in this position by small d by capital D. They are asked to find out T here. Now, what is this values? Here it is found that this N minus 1 T and this shift is 4 bright fringes. So, X can be written as 4 beta into small d by capital D. So, N minus 1 into T is equal to 4 into capital D lambda by small d by d by capital these two get cancelled. So n is equal to 1.5 minus 1 into thickness t is equal 4 lambdas. Lambda is equal to 6000 or 6 into 10 power minus 7. So thickness of this one, this will become 0.5, that is nothing but 1 by 2. When it goes this side, this will become 8 into 6 into 10 power minus 7. T is equal to 48 into 10 power minus 7 or 4.8 into 10 power minus 6 meters or 4.8 micrometer. Seventh one, the quantity which represents the amplitude of the light wave in its. Here, if you take this unpolarized light, all these electric vectors are represented here. Here they are asking the quantity which represents the amplitude of the light wave. Here the amplitude of light wave is given by the electric vector only, and the magnetic vector helps this light wave to travel. That means magnetic vector is responsible for propagation of wave, whereas electric vector is responsible for the effects shown by the lights, or that is intensity, whatever may be. So the effect shown by the light is due to because of this electric vector. So this is the answer. Beam of light strikes a piece of glass at an angle of incidence 60 degrees and the reflected beam is completely plane polarized. The refractive index of the glass is, here whenever light strikes a surface, if the reflected light is completely plane polarized, then the angle of incidence is called Brewster's angle. So this is from Brewster's law. So the refractive index of this medium is given by tangent angle of Brewster angle. That means tangent angle of polarization. So which is given by here, the angle of incidence is 60, tan 60 is root 3. So option is root 3. One, for a medium whose critical angle is 45, what is the angle of polarization? The critical angle for a medium is given by sin C is 1 by n. C is equal to 45. So sin 45 degrees is equal to 1 by n, which is equal to root 2. So n is equal to root 2. So this is n value. So if you know the n value from Brewster's law, we can say that n is equal to tan I, root 2 is equal to tan I is equal to tan inverse root 2. Option 3 is correct. 1. In Fraunhofer diffraction from a single slit, the incident wavefront on the slit should be. Here, diffraction can be divided into two types. One is Fresnel type, one is Fraunhofer diffraction. In Fresnel diffraction, remember on the slit, a spherical wavefront will incident. That means in Fresnel diffraction, the incident wavefront is spherical, as the source and the screen are nearer to each other, means at a finite distance. That means we are using spherical wavefront and the source and the screen are at a finite distance. But in Fraunhofer diffraction, source is at large distance. So a source at a large distance, at infinite distance, will produce a plane wavefront, and this is the slit through which it is passing. So here it will pass like this, and the screen will be placed somewhere at large distance. So to focus this one, we are using lenses. So here the wavefront is a plane wavefront, and the source and screen are at infinite distance. Here lenses are required to focus this, even to focus this one. If you keep the screen here, to focus this one, lenses are required. Here lenses are required to observe this pattern, but here lenses are not required. Here the mathematical treatment is easy. So derivations are easy, or the mathematical treatment calculations are easy. So mathematical treatment is easy. But this is complex. So the mathematical treatment is complex. That's why we are learning this in PUC level as well as NEET and JEE level, Fraunhofer diffraction. So here the correct option is the plane wavefront in Fraunhofer diffraction. 11th one, In Young's experiment, the slits are illuminated by red color as well as blue lights. The wavelength of red light is 7800 given and that of blue light is 5200 angstroms. The value of n for which n plus 1th blue band coincides with the nth bright band. For this to happen, the path difference should be equal to n lambda or n plus 1 lambda. This is lambda 1 lambda 2. So if path difference is same because both are coinciding with each other, that means red one as well as that blue color are coinciding at the same point, means the path difference must be same. So if you take path difference of first one blue is equal to path difference of red, so you write red here, blue here. So what is the path difference for blue? For blue, here it is given n plus 1th blue, that is delta x is equal to, in place of n you write n plus 1 into lambda blue is equal n into lambda red. So this is n plus 1 into, for blue this is 5200, for red it is 7800, 0 0 get cancelled. So this will be 2 3s 6 7 9s 2 26 13 2s 13 3s. So 2n plus 2 is equal to 3n, 2e is equal to 3n minus 2n, n is equal to 2. So n is equal to means second red fringe coincide with the third blue fringe. So option here n is equal to 2 here, option 3 is correct. Using the thin film in the path of one of the two interfering beams of wavelength lambda, center fringe shift by one fringe. What is thickness of the fringe? So we know that already we solved a problem similar to this one. Path difference is equal to n minus 1 into t, which is equal to x small d by capital D. Here n is equal to 1.5 minus 1 into thickness of this film is equal to x. The central fringe is shifted by one fringe. So one fringe is the x value here, which is equal to capital D lambda by small d into small d by capital D. This get cancelled. So what is the wavelength of this one in this one? This is given as lambda. So this is 0.5 t is equal to lambda, that is 1 by 2. T is equal to 2 lambda. So here option 4 is correct. 13. In Young's double slit experiment as shown figure, what should be the slit separation small d in terms of wavelength such that the first minima occurs directly in front of the slit S1. So in front of S1 the first minima is produced. So what is the distance between the two slits? That is small d. Remember students, this is a capital D, but in this problem it is given as a 2d, and this will be, if it is d, this is 2d, root over d square plus 2d whole square 4d square root 5d. Now, what is the path difference between this wave and this wave? That is root 5d minus 2d. So, path difference is given by root 5d minus 2d. But path difference for first minima is given by 2n minus 1 into lambda by 2. You can take this d common, root 5 minus 2 is equal, here it is first minima, therefore n is equal to 1, 2 ones are 2 minus 1, 1 into lambda by 2, 1 lambda by 2. I need small d here, which is going to be lambda by 2 of root 5 minus 2. So the distance between the two slits is going by lambda by 2 of for root 5 minus 2. So here this is lambda by 2 root 5 minus 2. Option 3 is correct. In YDSC, the slits are placed at 0.32. Small d is equal to 0.320 10 power minus 3. So 0.32 into 10 power minus can be written as 32 into 10 power minus 5 meters. Now, the wavelength in this case is given as 500 nanometers 10 power minus 9 or 5 into 10 power minus 7 meters. So this is the data. Total number of bright fringes that are observed in the angular region of minus 32 plus 30. So this is S1, S2. These are the screen here and these are the fringes that are formed here. Now, if this angular range is 30 degrees here, this is minus 30 degrees on the bottom of the central maximum. So total number of fringes between these is a dash. Now to find out this one, let this distance is x and this is capital D. We know sin 30 is equal to x by capital D. What is the path difference for this fringes to be formed here for bright fringes? We know delta x is equal to n lambda. What is delta x? X small d by capital D is equal to n lambda. What is x by d? That is sin 30. So this is sin 30. So d sin 30 degrees is equal to n lambda. We know the d value, that is 32 into 10 power minus 5 into sin 30, 1 by 2 is equal to n into, or the lambda is 5 into 10 power minus 7. So this will become 32 into 10 power minus 5 is equal to 5 2s are 10. So 10 into 10 power minus 6 means 10 power minus 6, this one. So n value will be 32 into 10 power minus 6 by 10 power minus this. This will become 10 power 6. So this is 320. So how many fringes will be formed between center maximum to this point? Here 320. Similarly, in this region also for the same angular fringe width range, this is 320 and this is 320, and one more central maximum that we have to consider. So that is central bright fringe. So total 320 plus 320 plus 1. This is 641. Option 2 is correct. 15. In Young's double slit experiment shows the figure S1, S2 are current sources. These are the two current sources. And S is the screen. So this is the screen having a hole at a point 1 millimeter away from the central line. So this is the central line, central fringe. So at 1 meter distance here there is a hole. White light from 4000 to 7000 nanometer is sent through the slits. Which wavelength passing through the hole has the strongest intensity through this hole? So strongest intensity means intensity must be maximum. That means a central fringe, that fringe formed here should be bright fringe. So what is the path difference for the waves that are coming from this one and this one? So let me find out this one. The path difference for bright fringe to be formed is given by m lambda. So this is the condition for bright fringe. So what is delta x? That is x small d by capital D is equal to n lambda. What is x? Distance of this hole from this center. So which is given by 1 millimeter. So this is 1 millimeter. Small d in this problem is given as 0.5 millimeter. So this is 0.5 millimeter by the capital D is 50 centimeter. This can be written as 50 into 10 power minus 2, which is equal to n into that lambda we need to find. Here, this will become 0.5 into 10 power minus 6 by, this can also be written as by 100 into 100. So this will become 0.5 is equal to n lambda, cancel. So n lambda is equal to 10 power minus 6. So what is this n lambda is equal to 10 power minus 6? Now let us say here the first bright fringe is formed. So if n is equal to 1, this will become lambda is equal to 10 power minus 6 meters. So this is nothing but 10 power minus 6 meters can also be written as 10 power minus 6 into 10 power minus 4 by 10 power minus 4. So this is 1. So this will become 10 power minus 1 goes up. This will become 10 power 4 into 10 power minus 10 or 10 power 4 angstroms. So this is 10,000 angstroms, or you can write it as 1000 nanometers because these are given in nanometers. Now, so n is equal to 1. That means the first bright fringe will not be formed with will be formed with 1000 nanometer, but the light which is used here is 400 to 700 nanometer only. Now let us say n is equal to 2, then 2 lambda is equal to 10 power minus 6, lambda is equal to half into 10 power minus 6, 0.5 into 10 power minus 6, 5 into 10 power minus 7. So this is 500 nanometer. So option 2 is correct here, because even if you take n is equal to 3 lambda is this much, lambda is equal to 1 by 3 means 333, but 330 is not there, so option 3 is correct. In diffraction pattern, due to a single slit of width A, the first minima is observed at an angle 30 degrees. So in diffraction, be careful, in interference and diffraction these conditions are different. In diffraction for first minima, A sin theta is equal to n lambda, whereas in case of interference this is for bright fringe, but here this is for dark fringe or first minima. So A into sin 30 degrees is equal to 1 into lambda, A by 2 is equal to lambda. So this is given, A is equal to 2 lambda. Now when the wavelength of light is 5000 incident on the slit, the secondary, here lambda is also given, so let me substitute A is equal to 2 into 5 into 10 power minus 7. So A is equal to 10 into 10 minus 7 or 10 power minus 6 meters. So this is the width of the slit. The first secondary maximum. So this is for minima. For secondary maxima, we can write delta x is equal to, that is A sin theta is equal to 2n plus 1 into lambda by 2. We know A value 10 power minus 6. This is sin theta we are finding. N is equal to first secondary maxima. So n is equal to 1. 2 ones are 2 plus 1. 3 lambda by 2. So this sin theta is given by 3 by 2 into lambda 5 into 10 power minus 7. This will become 10 power minus 6 here. So now you can write 5 3s are 15 by 2. So this is 15 by 2 into 10 power minus 1 or 15 by 20, that is 3 by 4. So theta is equal to sin inverse 3 by 4. So option 2 is correct. 10. Two Polaroids are placed such that intensity of light emerging from the analyzer is 1 by 8th of the intensity of the unpolarized light, incident intensity of light. The angle between polarizer and analyzer, here this is the polarizer first one and the second one is the analyzer, and what is the angle between these two such that the intensity of light coming from this one is 1 by 8th of the unpolarized light. Let us say unpolarized light is I naught and this is I naught by 8. So what is this angle? According to Malus law, the intensity of the light emerging from the analyzer is equal to I naught by 2. Why? Because if it is I naught, this light is always half of the intensity of this one. That is, light emerging from the polarizer is always half of the incident light. I naught by 2 cos square angle between these two. It is given that this intensity in the cartoon, this problem is I naught by 8. This is I naught by 2 cos square theta. I naught cancel 2 1s 2 4s. So cos square theta is 1 by 4. Cos theta plus or minus 1 by 2. Let me take the positive value. Cos theta is this one. So this should be 16. So theta will be 60 degrees. Option 3 is correct.